it to the edge, standing on the dance floor like a golden ledge. Feel the rhythm running rivers through my veins, honey. Nothing's gonna wash away this flame. in the 8 bullet won't let me hide. You texted me at 7, didn't sleep, 'cause feelings getting harder just to keep. Checked the mirror twice before I left, heart still racing, barely caught my breath. The whole street looks like it's been turned to gold. This is the best story I've ever been told. Oh, I know this feeling well. It's the kind of thing they write about, they never tell. I'm just skinning over everything. You're the reason all the church bells ring. I'm burned up, but honey, I don't mind. You're the best fever of my life, one of a kind. Sunlit fever running through my veins. Can't explain it, can't erase it, won't complain. Sunlit fever burning up my days. You're the reason I've been lost inside this golden haze. Sunlit fever, everything's on fire. You're the one who keeps on pulling me higher. Oh, sunlit Used to leave your jacket on my chair, have a cup of coffee like you care. Spring is here but something in us froze. Everybody blooms but nobody knows. I rearrange the furniture again, trying to feel something different. Feel it when the morning light comes through and hits the wall. You were almost everything but not quite all. We were close enough to warm, close enough to weather any storm, but close enough was never quite the same as the real thing, as the real flame. I kept reaching for a fire that was always just a little too far higher. Warm enough to stay but not to thrive, warm enough to hold me but not make me feel alive. Were we warm enough to last, or just warm enough to make me hold the past? Spring outside but cold between these walls, warm enough to catch me when I fall, warm enough to make me think it's real, but not enough to give me what I feel. Warm enough, warm enough, never quite enough. All the flowers know what they're doing here. Turn toward the sun without the doubt or fear. I've been standing in your shadow all this time, waiting for a warmth that should have been mine. You hand me tea and say everything is fine, but fine is just a four-letter design for something hollow dressed in something kind, warm enough to fool my heart but not my mind. We were close enough to warm, close enough to weather any storm, but close enough was never quite the same as the real thing, as the real flame. I kept reaching for a fire that was always just a little too far higher, warm enough to stay but not to thrive, warm enough to hold me but not make me feel alive. Were we warm enough to last, or just warm enough to make me hold the past? Spring outside but cold between these walls, warm enough to catch me when I fall, warm enough to make me think it's real, but not enough to give me what I feel. Warm enough, warm enough, never quite enough. I deserve a summer, not a lukewarm spring. I deserve a real love, not a borrowed thing. I deserve a fire that doesn't fade at dawn, not just warm enough. I deserve full on, so I'm turning toward the light, leaving warm enough behind. Tonight, stepping out into the open air, looking for a warmth that's actually there. Warm enough, warm enough, never quite, never quite. Were we warm enough to last, or just warm enough to make me hold the past? Spring outside but cold between these walls, warm enough to catch me when I fall, warm enough to make me think it's real, but not enough to give me what I feel. Warm enough, warm enough, never quite enough. Warm enough was never enough. I needed more. I needed more. Warm enough. Goodbye to lukewarm love. I'm walking out the door. Oh yeah. Feel the light. Feel the light. Oh yeah. Here it comes. You thought I was done? Watch this. They told me to be quiet, be small. Told me pretty flowers don't grow that tall. Well, I've been underground long enough. Push me and I promise I'll push up. Every time they clipped me, I came back. Every time they dimmed me, I stayed black. At the root where nobody thought to look. I was writing every chapter of this book. Every petal I've been holding back. Every dream they said I shouldn't have. Every season that they made me wait. Every door they locked in every gate. Every whisper telling me I'm wrong. Every room they said I don't belong. Watch me now, watch me now. I'm not asking for permission, here's my vow. Bloom, don't stop. Bloom, don't stop. Every wall they built becomes a stepping block. Bloom, don't stop. I'm a garden and I'm growing around the clock. Bloom, don't stop. Every note I heard becomes a catalyst. Bloom, don't stop. I was always on the top of every list. Bloom, don't stop. Took the long way, no apologies. Built my kingdom from adversities. Roots run deep in everything I know. Even in the dark I've always grown. You want a flower that stays in the vase, neat and quiet, taking up no space. But I'm a wildflower, go where I please. Growing through the concrete, growing through the freeze. Holding back, every dream they said I shouldn't have. Every season that they made me wait. Every door they locked in every gate. Every whisper telling me I'm wrong. Every room they said I don't belong. Watch me now, watch me now. I'm not asking for permission, here's my vow. Don't stop. Every wall they build becomes a stepping block. Don't stop. I'm a garden and I'm growing around the clock. Don't stop. Every note I heard becomes a catalyst. Don't stop. I was always on the top of every list. Bloom, don't stop. You can't cut me down. I'll come back twice as tall. You can't cut me down. I was made to outlast it all. You can't dim my light. I generate my own. You can't take my garden. Every seed I've sown is already growing, already alive. I don't just survive, I more than survive. I bloom, I bloom, I bloom without your say. I bloom, I bloom, I bloom every single day. Bloom, don't stop. Bloom, bloom, don't stop. Don't stop. Bloom, don't stop. Every wall they build becomes a stepping block. I'm a garden and I'm growing around the clock. Every note I heard becomes a catalyst. I was always on the top of every list. Bloom, don't stop. Don't stop. Let me grow. Bloom, don't stop. Watch me grow. Bloom, don't stop. Watch me grow. Bloom, don't stop. I said, bloom, don't stop. Forever. every stem a wire burning bright. We don't need to do need tea. April came too early. And so did you. Spring came early, so did you. Bloomed and wilted before I knew. I planted hope in frozen ground. In April, that's where you let me down. I bought new shoes for walking into spring. Didn't know that you'd change everything. Wore the yellow dress, the hopeful kind. You were already somewhere else in your mind. The cherry blossoms don't know what they witnessed. They fell like confetti at my undoing. I stood there in the petals, tried to hold it, but April has a cruel way of moving. Everything looked beautiful that day. Everything looked beautiful right before you walked away. April heartbreak, spring in the rain. You gave me flowers, then you gave me pain. April heartbreak, warm enough to cry. Beautiful and brutal like the first of May. Got April heartbreak, blossoms on the ground. You were the sweetest and the cruelest sound. Oh, April heartbreak. April heartbreak. I wore the dress you said you loved. Stood in the garden, got no love. Seasons don't discriminate, they're lost. Spring can break a heart without a frost. I kept your texts inside a folder blue. Read them on the nights I miss what's true. But every reread only makes it clear that April heartbreak was already here. The cherry blossoms don't know what they witnessed. They fell like confetti in my undoing. I stood there in the petals, tried to hold it, but April has a cruel way of moving. Everything looked beautiful that day. Everything looked beautiful right before you walked away. April heartbreak, spring in the rain. You gave me flowers, then you gave me pain. April heartbreak, warm enough to cry. Beautiful and brutal like the first of May. April heartbreak, blossoms on the ground. You were the sweetest and the cruelest sound. Oh, April heartbreak. April heartbreak. But I'm staying in the season's grief. Every broken petal turns to leaf. What grew in April can grow again. I'll find my summer after all this rain. I'm not the girl you left in the garden. I'm not the girl still waiting for your pardon. Every heartbreak has a blooming after. I'm trading all my tears in for my laughter. Heartbreak, heartbreak. Heartbreak, heartbreak. April heartbreak, spring in the rain. You gave me flowers, then you gave me pain. April heartbreak, warm enough to cry. Beautiful and brutal like the first of May. April heartbreak, blossoms on the ground. You were the sweetest and the cruelest sound. Oh, April heartbreak. April heartbreak. April heartbreak. But I'm still blooming. April heartbreak. I'm still blooming, even after. I'm done waiting. Here I go, packed a bag, didn't look back. Left the shadows on the mercy track. Every road that leads away from here feels like finally getting in the clear. Through the curtains open, let the morning end. This is not an ending, this is where I begin. Lace my shoes up tight, they seem, they're better, they're brighter, they're yours to claim. Run into the sun and stake your press play. Yellow wings and something in between. The prettiest distraction I have seen. I dropped everything I meant to do the moment that I laid my eyes on you. Ran through the wildflowers, lost my shoe. Still chasing after you. You can't catch what won't be caught, but running after you is all I've got. Every time I almost touch your wing, you rise up higher on the wind of spring. I know I look ridiculous out here, arms outstretched and running without fear. But honey, I would rather chase and fail than never know the beauty of your trail. Chasing butterflies, I know I'll never win, but every time I almost catch you, let me try again. Chasing butterflies, spring light in your wings. You're the most beautiful, impossible thing. Chasing butterflies, laughing as I run, tripping through the meadow underneath the sun. Oh, 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 chasing butterflies. Oh, chasing butterflies. Wildflower fields and you in the middle of it all. I trip on nothing, stumble, almost fall. You look back and laugh, I catch my breath. Chasing butterflies, a sweet, sweet stress. You land on something soft and I go still, heart inside my chest against my will, beating loud enough to scare you off. I hold my breath and pray it's not enough. You can't catch what won't be caught, but running after you is all I've got. Every time I almost touch your wing, you rise up higher on the wind of spring. I know I look ridiculous out here, arms outstretched and running without fear. But honey, I would rather chase and fail than never know the beauty of your trail. Chasing butterflies, I know I'll never win, but every time I almost catch you, let me try again. Chasing butterflies, spring light in your wings. You're the most beautiful, impossible thing. Chasing butterflies, laughing as I run, tripping through the meadow underneath the sun. Oh, 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 chasing butterflies. Oh, oh, chasing butterflies. Maybe I don't wanna catch you after all. Maybe it's the chase that breaks my fall. In the running, in the reaching, I feel free. You're the butterfly, the joy was always me. Every stumble through the grass and clover, almost every starting over, made me someone lighter, made me someone new. I was never really chasing you, I was chasing every version of myself that I've been leaving, gathering dust on the shelf. Butterflies, chasing, chasing. pink, the rules dissolve. Every unsolved problem starts to solve. I invoke the protocol, the art of letting go. Pink sky, permission, now watch me grow. I stood on the rooftop, arms spread wide. Let the grady heaven be my guide. Magenta bleeding into tangerine, the most beautiful system I have ever seen. Downloading something I can name. Every sunset runs the same program, but tonight it feels like it was made for me. Pink sky protocol, I'm finally free. Activate the protocol, paint the world in rose. Everything I thought I knew just goes. System running hard is opening wide. Pink sky permission, nothing left to hide. Override the panic, override the fear. Everything is clear when the pink sky's here. I don't need an answer, I don't need a plan, just the pink sky and everything I am. Pink sky protocol, running out of pictures. This deep unseen sky and everything. Pink sky protocol, overriding fear. Sunset sequences, make everything clear. Pink sky protocol, beauty as a code. When the sky turns rose, I let it all unfold. Pink sky protocol, colors in the air. Magenta, gold, and amber everywhere. Oh, pink sky protocol. Oh, pink sky protocol. Gradient heavens, archive of the day. Golden to magenta, fading into gray. I photograph the sky so I can find my way. Pink sky protocol says I'm okay. Every evening is a reset button. Every dusk knows what daylight's done. I collect the colors like a library. Every pink sky is a part of me. You can track the data, run the numbers, but you'll never crack the code that slumbers inside every sunset, every dusk. Pink sky protocol, in it I trust. Acting the sky blue, paint the world in rose. Everything I thought Finally, it's over. 100 days of running hot with you. 100 ways I compromise was true. I was sick on everything you said. Fever living rent free in my head. Cancel plans to sit beside my phone. Turn my whole world into a holding zone. Every text a symptom, every call a spike. You were the sickness I was starting to like. I stopped eating right, I stopped sleeping through. Every waking moment was consumed by you. Check your stories 40 times a day. That's not love, it's fever in the way. And then one morning, everything went still. Clarity so cold it gave me chills. I looked in the mirror, barely recognized the girl who let herself be hospitalized by someone who was never worth the bed, never worth the space inside my head, never worth 100 sleepless nights, never a single one of these fights. Fever break, temperatures dropping, all the symptoms of you finally stopping. Fever about. I read back through the messages we sent. Nothing, it meant nothing from the start. Just a fever burning through my heart. And then one morning everything went still. Clarity so cold it gave me shins. For break, temperatures dropping. All the symptoms of you finally stopping. Fever break, clean and cold and clear. I can breathe again now that you're not here. Fever break, no more burning up, no more drinking from a poison cup. Fever break, I am finally well. You were just a story I used to tell. Fever break, break it, break the fever down. I was sick on love and now I'm sound. Better without the heat, better in the cool. I was never sick, just played the fool. Every degree I burned for your approval was a degree that needed sharp removal. I'm not contagious anymore, I'm clean. I am the healthiest I have ever been. So take your temperature down the hall. I don't catch fevers anymore at all. My immune system knows you're better. Fever break. Finally, 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 finally. Fever break, break, temperature is dropping. All the symptoms of you finally stopping. Fever break, clean and cold and clear. I can breathe again now that you're not here. Fever break, no more burning up, no more drinking from a poison cup. Fever break, I am finally well. You were just a story I used to tell. Break, fever break. I'm finally well. Fever break, I'm well, finally well. Respect. Temperature is dropping, drop the sickness of you finally stay. Sweet like that. Yeah, just like that. You taste like something I can't put down. Like honeydew on a hot afternoon in town. Sweet and cool and dripping slow. I keep coming back. I need you to know. Found you at the market on a Saturday, pale and perfect. Had to look your way. Everything about you soft and ripe and green. Oh, the sweetest thing these eyes have ever seen. I took you home and cut you open slow. Let the sweetness drip from high to low. Put you in a bowl, put you on ice. At the end of that you open light. Something in the sweetness is made different every time. Something in the way you drip is permanently mine. I've tried every substitute and nothing comes close. You're the one that I need. You're the one I want most. Honeydew high, you're my favorite kind. Sweet and slow and always on my mind. Honeydew high, dripping through the spring. You're the sweetest, most addictive everdew high. Cooling down my days, got me living in a honeydew haze. Oh, honeydew honeydew high. Farmer's market morning, eyes half closed. Found you in the season, fresh exposed. Pale and green and perfect, sweet and cool. Honeydew high, I break every rule. I reorganize my whole refrigerator just to make more room for you. See you later, clear the shelves of everything that's bitter. You're the only sweetness that delivers. Ask my friends if they had ever tried something so addictive, so alive. They said, girl, you're talking about a fruit. I said, no, this sweetness is the truth. Got me high, something natural, something green. The sweetest thing I've ever had, if you know what I mean. Can't explain the craving, can't explain the pull. Every time I have a taste, I never get my fill. Something in the sweetness, if I sip it every time. Something in the way you drip is permanently mine. I've tried every substitute and nothing comes close. You're the one that took a breath and took a second look at everything I'd given up for lost, everything I buried under frost. There's a version of me that was waiting here for the winter to clear, for the road to appear. She was patient, she was quiet, she was sure that everything the cold took would return and more. She was right. Look at me now, standing in the new light, taking a bow. Not for anyone who doubted what I grow, just for me and everything I know. New leaves growing in the light. After all the darkness, I'm choosing bright. New leaves, reaching for the sky. This is what it looks like when I say goodbye to everything that held me. New leaves, tender and alive. This is what it looks like when I'm more than survived. New leaves, green and brave and free. New leaves are the newest version of me. Oh, 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 new leaves. Oh, 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 new leaves. Planted something new inside this chest. Traded all my doubting for the quest. Tender as a shoot, but strong as stone. New leaves always thrive when they're allowed to grow. Called the friend I'd been avoiding since the fall. Wrote the letter that I never had the gall to send. To send a shake and hit the road. Felt the lightness of a lifted load. Every new leaf on the tree outside is a little piece of reclaimed pride. I count them in the morning like a prayer. New leaves everywhere, new leaves everywhere. Version of me that was waiting here for the winter to clear, for the road to appear. She was patient, she was quiet, she was sure that everything the cold took would return and more. She was right. Look at me now, standing in the new light, taking a bow. Not for anyone who doubted what I grow, just for me and everything I know. New leaves growing in the light. After all the darkness, I'm choosing bright. New leaves, reaching for the sky. This is what it looks like when I say goodbye to everything that held me. New leaves, tender and alive. This is what it looks like when I'm more than survived. New leaves, green and brave and free. New leaves are the newest version of me. Oh, oh, new leaves. Oh, oh, new leaves. Turn the page. Every new leaf is a turning of the age. Green and fresh and brave and free. New leaves are the newest version of me. I don't need permission to begin. I don't need the cold to let me in. Every season of my life was leading here to this morning, to this light, to this clear air filling up my lungs like something new. To this version of myself I never knew was waiting, was growing underground until the spring came and I was found. This is what it's right again. Good. You weather said rain all week long. I put on my boots and my favorite song. Puddles on the pavement, sky it's gray, but I've decided I'll dance anyway. Left my umbrella by the door on purpose. Getting wet was always worth it. Hair a mess and makeup running down. I am the best thing happening in this town. giving it right back. Dancing through the drops on an invisible track. You can keep your sunshine, keep your perfect skies. I'll take the stormy weather, watch me ride. Every raindrop landing on my face is just the universe keeping up my pace. Tell me that I shouldn't be out here. I'll turn up the volume, disappear. Dancing through April rain on my face. Every single raindrop finds its perfect place. Dancing through April, wet and alive. This is how the flowers went to survive. Dancing through April, arms open wide. Nothing left to lose and nothing left to hide. Dancing through April, gray skies above. Turns on all of me was the waiting line. Oh, dancing through April. Oh, dancing through April. Let it rain, I don't care. I'll be dancing with the weather everywhere. Every April shower, every April day was made for dancing, was made for today. You can have your perfect sunny afternoons. I'll take the storm, I'll take the gray monsoons. Give me puddles, give me wind, give me clouds. I'll be dancing through it all and singing loud. Every drop of rain is just a beat. Every floated gutter is my dance floor street. Slow down. Slow down. Just like that. Slow morning light through linen white. You traced a map across my skin last night. April always comes in soft and sure, like your hands on the rain, warm and pure. Coffee brewing, neither one of us speaks. Been 3 more nights and every morning still leaks. Something new into the space between. The softest love I've ever seen. You reach across the pillow, find my hand. Something neither of us has to understand. Just the warmth of spring through open glass. And this perfect morning we're making last. So what the thought feel like? Everything that was frozen now ignites. Sunlit Fever with something more. Like a season opening every door. Tenderly and without a sound. Like the first green flame pushing through the ground. There's no dancing for long. I forgot to let the warmth in. You show me now. Touch of spring on my lips. Every sensation blooming at my fingertips. Touch of spring in your hands. Warm enough to help me finally understand. This is love, a touch of spring. The most delicate and devastating thing. Touch of spring, soft as and slow. You're the warmest place I ever come to know. Touch of spring. Coffee cool and tangled in the sheets. Spring is not a season, it repeats. Every time you're near me, something flowers. We could spend the whole day counting hours. You read out loud from something on your phone. Your voice the warmest thing I've ever known. Outside the cherry blossoms brush the glass. Inside we're in a hurry, letting morning pass. You laugh at something small and I melt down. You're the most beautiful thing in this whole town. Not because of anything you do, just because the spring looks like you. This is what the thought feels like. Everything that was frozen now ignites. Now with fire, but with something more. Like a season opening every door. Tenderly and without a sound. Like the first green flame pushing through the ground. I was winter for long, I've forgotten how to let the warmth in. You Touch me like the sunlight touches ground, gentle and warm and never making sound. Stay a little longer in this light, let the morning bleed into the night. I don't need the world outside this room, just your touch of spring and room to bloom. Every tender thing you've ever said lives inside me like a flower bed, growing, growing soft and true. Touch of spring, that's just you. Every sensation blooming at my fingertips. Touch of spring in your hands, warm enough to help me finally under. I can feel it changing. This is the last one, I promise. I thought the cold would last forever, frost on every window I had known. Pulled my coat around me like a tether to the only life I'd ever been shown. But something in the ground began to shift, a pressure building slowly from below. The kind of change that doesn't come as gift, but as a force that simply has to grow. I pressed my hand against the frozen pane and felt the glass was warmer than before. The cold was still the cold, but not the same. Something different standing at the door. This is it, the last of all the winter. I can feel the ground beginning to remember what it felt like before the freeze set in, what it felt like before the cold began. Every frozen thing is holding its breath, waiting for the moment after death of everything that winter had to say. This is the last frost, and then the day. Last frost, feel it lifting now. Every frozen thing is thawing out somehow. Last frost, spring is in the air. After all this cold, I finally dare. Last frost, cracks in all the ice. Everything that cost me had its price. Last frost, now I feel the sun. The winter chapter finally done. Last frost, now I bloom. Cracks of green appearing in the gray. Life insists on finding its own way. I'm not so different from the earth, warming up and ready for rebirth. I counted every frost that came before, each one colder than the one before. But I stayed beneath, and now the spring is all I need to breathe. The ice that held me rigid, held me still, is water, now is river, moving until it finds the sea, it finds the open space. I am thawing out at my own pace. This is it, the last of all the winter. I can feel the ground beginning to remember what it felt like before the freeze set in, what it felt like before the cold began. Every frozen thing is holding its breath, waiting for the moment after death of everything that winter had to say. This is the last frost, and then the day. Last frost, feel it lifting now. Every frozen thing is thawing out somehow. Last frost, spring is in the air. After all this cold, I finally dare. Last frost, Everything I buried in the freeze is rising now through every branch and tree. Last frost, last frost. Now I bloom, now I bloom, now I bloom. Didn't know when I started blooming that the whole season was for me. I thought I was growing towards someone else, towards someone else. But every petal and every morning, every heartbreak and every golden hour was just me. Started in the dark below the ground. Now you know what I was or what I'd found. Every petal open one by one, not for anyone, just for the sun. I was quiet in the way that seeds are quiet, patient in the way the roots are patient, waiting for the moment I'd break through, waiting for the light to make me new. Didn't know the frost would make me stronger, didn't know the night would make me fonder of the morning, of the warmth of the day, of every season leading me this way. The season taught me how to finally trust that what was buried wasn't broken, just adjusting. Every petal that I thought I lost forever was just waiting for the weather to get better. Every version of myself I left behind was clearing space for what I come to find. A garden that was always, always mine, a bloom that was already by design. Bloom seasons, and everything I needed had a reason. Bloom season, I am every song, I am every feeling. Bloom season, every tear was just the rain before the clearing. Bloom season, I was always growing, I just needed it, believing. I am bloom season. Looking back across the 20 songs, every place I felt I didn't quite belong was just the soil getting ready for the roots. Every bitter winter bearing sweeter fruits. The dance floor and the heartbreak and the gold, the cherry season and the fever cold, neon petals and the April rain. I'd live through every single one again, because they made me, shaped me, grew me tall, because I bloomed the brightest after all. The frost and all the midnights and the sun were all a part of me becoming one. The season taught me how to finally trust that what was buried wasn't broken, just adjusting. Every petal that I thought I'd lost forever was just waiting for the weather to get better. Every version of myself I left behind was clearing space for what I come to find. A garden that was always, always mine, a bloom that was already by design. Bloom season, everything I needed had a reason. Bloom season, I am every song, I am every feeling. Bloom season, every tear was just the rain before the clearing. Bloom season, I was always growing, I just needed believing. I am bloom season. If you're reading this from underground right now, beneath the frost, not sure of when or how, just hold on, your season's coming too. There's a bloom inside of everything in you. Every seed knows what it's meant to be. Every root finds water eventually. You don't have to force it, don't have to know. Just stay in the dark a little longer, then grow. The world above is warmer than you think. You're closer to the surface than the brink of giving up. You're almost at the light. Your bloom season starts tonight. Bloom season, everything I needed had a reason. Bloom season, I am every song, I am every feeling. Bloom season, every tear was just the rain before the clearing. Bloom season, I was always growing, I just needed believing. Bloom season, every single story had a meaning. Bloom season, I bloomed and I'm never ever leaving. I am bloom season. is living in my heart. For the season, for the season. Thank you for the season. Thank you for the rain. Thank you for the heartbreak. Thank you for the pain. Thank you for the dance floor. Thank you for the sun. Thank you for the journey. Bloom season, you're the one.